towards Carreras, played deeper on the left-hand channel towards Vinicius Junior, cutting back towards the side of the box, switching across the penalty area. Trent keeps the ball alive, ball whipped into the penalty area, headed further away there by Baselli, only as far as Vinicius Junior, left side of the box, shot, ricocheted away as Vinicius Junior charges to get there, shadowed by Carreras. Vinicius Junior turning well and sharply towards the edge of the box, switching that ball across, but marshalled and read brilliantly by Satriano, heading the ball away from any sort of danger. Courtois charging outside of his penalty area to pick up on that ball. Arbeloa pushing his players, encouraging them to push further and further upfield, trying to pin Getafe in here as Carrera sent a ball in towards the box. Touch from Valverde, flick back behind from Garcia, shot from Pitarch, but not a clean connection of the ball with the right foot of the 18-year-old, and straight easily down the middle of David Soria's position on the goal line. It was a good piece of play. Pitarch with a strike first time, but no real drive on the connection of the ball to get the better of David Soria. He's got 6 clean sheets himself this season, the Getafe goalkeeper. Plenty of clean sheets to his name, despite them sitting in 14th. As said, they have the 5th fewest goals conceded of any team in La Liga, fewest of any of the teams outside of that top 6 European spots. Only bettered really by Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and also Celta Vigo. Celta Vigo, well, Real Madrid will be travelling to Celta Vigo on Friday evening for their next La Liga game, whereas the visit of Real Betis to the Coliseum on Sunday for Getafe. And as it stands at the moment, Getafe sitting in 11th place on 32 points, just one behind Osasuna in 10th place, and Real Madrid, as it stands, 4 points behind Barcelona, same games played. Surely that one, this result today and that defeat against Osasuna, if this remains a deficit against Madrid, will be punishing for their chances. Wonderful piece of play though from Getafe, passing sharply off the edge of the penalty area, but Pitarch gets there first, short towards Goulet, short pass even still towards Valverde, up this left hand side, in towards Vinicius Junior, strong tackle in from Baselli, and that one goes out for a throw in for Real Madrid. A good clean tackle of the ball there for Sebastian Baselli in his first start for Getafe since arriving on loan from River Plate. He's played just 9 minutes before this, and so far hasn't really put a foot out of place. Excellent performance from the Uruguayan this evening. Wonderful footwork though from Gula up this left-hand channel, 10 yards from the left corner of the box. Short towards Valverde, short even further still to the left-hand channel. Carreras carrying the ball inside towards Goulet. Simple passes, but none of them unlocking anything for Getafe's point of view. And again, Vinicius Junior marshalled well by Iglesias Sanchez. Carreras, once again, Vinicius Junior, this time looking to get the better of the 21. And again, Iglesias Sanchez coming out on top. Vinicius Junior pushing the 21 to the ground, frustrated, shouting out into the surface. And that is going to be a free kick for Getafe. We are going to see a couple of changes coming for Madrid. It looks like Rodrigo and even Dean Huijsen is getting ready to come on. So Huijsen being tested, missing the past couple of games with a muscle injury. So those games against Osasuna and Benfica. We're going to see Dani Carvajal also making his way on, so 3 changes coming. Arbeloa has seen more than enough in the opening near 10 minutes of this second half. Time to hit the reserves and see if they can get Madrid back on level terms, and maybe even thinking more so than that. But as it stands at the moment, Getafe seemingly comfortable, and a foul right through the back there. Pitarch just charging through the back of Satriano and giving away a free kick. It's going to be a free kick for Getafe, a couple of yards inside their own half up the left-hand channel. And Pitarch, that was his last involvement of the game. And he will be making his way off the field. Pitarch receiving a round of applause from the fans in the surrounding stands. Not quite this first senior start he would have been looking for, as Rodrigo comes on in his place. The other change as well, David Alaba getting back in towards footballing form himself. Huijsen coming on to take the Austrians' place this evening. And it is also going to be Dani Carvajal. He is coming on for Trent Alexander-Arnold, who has been second best this evening throughout large spells of this game. Carvajal coming on to try and lead the team. Longest serving player since 2013. He's had a knee injury plaguing his season in terms of matches played. So those three changes made in quick succession for Madrid, with Trent Alexander-Arnold, Alaba and Pitarch off for Rodrigo, Huijsen and Carvajal. And no signs of any movement whatsoever as of yet for Getafe. They don't usually make the full five. They themselves have a number of injuries to contend with. Poor shot though inside the penalty area from Rico, high over the crossbar for a goal kick for Madrid. They themselves have named 4 less players on the bench, given the number of players that they have unavailable for them. But as it stands, Getafe, as we are 10 minutes into this second half, find themselves still 1-0 up. That goal on the 39th minute from Martin Satriano. And Huijsen's first involvement is to pass a poor pass straight up towards Kiko Femina, who can't quite keep the ball alive. And he goes out for Madrid, throwing on the halfway line up this near side of the field. 6 minutes of time added on at the end of the first half. Plenty of stoppages, with Getafe players feeling the full force of Madrid frustrations. As Madrid now trying to wrestle to get themselves back into this game. Huijsen, his first few touches, a little bit more like it from the Spanish international. Just edging further in towards the Getafe half, stopping in his tracks towards Valverde. 1-2 pass, played out wide towards Vinicius Junior, left side of the box, short towards Carreras. Carreras carrying the ball further to the centre of the edge of the penalty area. As Tchouaméni switches towards Carvajal now with that armband round that left arm of his. Tchouaméni, bird ball in towards the box, but far too heavy ahead there for Arda Güler to connect onto from Tchouaméni. And that one goes out for a goal kick for Getafe. So far, still seemingly so good for them. We are going to see the first change of the evening for Getafe, and it is going to be Kiko Femina, who is on a yellow card. He's making his way off the field for Adrián Liso. So very much a like-for-like change for those two. Rapturous round of applause from the Getafe fans high above in the stands here, behind the goal that they are attacking at the Bernabeu. So Liso is coming on for Kiko Femina, on loan from Zaragoza. This is 22nd appearance of the season. 3 goals scored this season, all 3 coming in the opening 2 games as well. So what he would give to end his drought by adding a slightly thicker cushion for Getafe here at the Bernabeu, a place that has not been very kind to them whatsoever over the recent years. As that's a long ball played forward for Vinicius Junior to chase, picking up on the ball, edging towards the left side of the penalty area. Ball dinked overhead from Soria, not quite dealt with Rodrigo, but he can't quite keep the ball under his spell. Big tackle in the way there for the Getafe players, and Rodrigo's first touch wasn't quite enough to guide the ball into the back of the Getafe net. Good defending at the back though. It's going to be a corner for Madrid up this near side of the field. Arda Güler to take this one, pulling his socks high up the leg, readying himself as Carvajal sits right on top of David Soria in the 6-yard area. Güler plays short, edge of the box towards Valverde, opening up some space for a shot. Valverde, but deflected off of Satriano's back. Huijsen coming over to shield that one out for yet another corner for Madrid to be taken on the opposite side. Valverde does have such a clean connection when he strikes just right with that right foot of his. So it's going to be Rodrigo to take this corner, right-footed, swung away from the goal on the right-hand side of the field. The referee just having a word with a couple of players, getting handsy, in particular Huijsen and Rudiger, as to be expected, with Rudiger always getting himself involved, a real menace in the penalty area from set pieces. Tall, towering figure of Huijsen getting involved as well, 6'4". Huijsen signed from Bournemouth last summer, the Spanish international. Rodrigo now, ball swung high towards the edge of the 6-yard area. Tchouaméni heading down, but Getafe clearing the ball away, scrambling to get the ball away from danger. As Satriano comes to put the chase on Rodrigo, who picks up on that ball midway inside the Getafe half. Short towards Güler, with a pass across to the left-hand side towards Tchouaméni, further out to the left-hand side towards Valverde. Threaded pass up towards Vinicius Junior, turning from the byline back towards Valverde, edge of the box, strike, but swinging wide of the goal. Poor connection from Valverde, underneath his usual standards. Hands on head in frustration from the Uruguayan, knowing that he is certainly better than that strike. As we are on the hour mark here at the Bernabeu. The score still Real Madrid 0, Getafe 1. That goal on the 39th minute from Martin Satriano, volleying first time beyond the outstretched reach of Thibaut Courtois. As we are into the final third of the game, Madrid need to do all they can to stop themselves facing back-to-back defeats in the league and giving Barcelona a little bit of daylight in the race for the La Liga title. 12 games remain after this one. And even though there are still plenty of games to go, time does start to get eaten up a little bit more. Barcelona hosting Real Madrid in the 35th game of the season, so that could all be tied up by then as Carvajal heads back towards Rodrigo, right side of the box, jinking away further in towards that central edge of the penalty area, short towards Goulet, forced further back to Tchouameni. As Carvajal now himself is forced further back, passing wayward back towards Rudiger, but Courtois is there to pick up on the pieces. Courtois has been sitting right in the centre of his own half for most of this second half, encouraging his players further forward. Valverde now looking to drive towards the edge of the penalty area. Ball towards Garcia, struck but not cleanly connecting the ball well, feeling a connection down in the box. Goulet with the strike, good interception though from the Getafe players. Still Madrid come. Hugen, ball out wide, but Valverde can't quite keep the ball alive, and that goes out for a Getafe throw-in 15 yards from the corner flag in their own half on that further side. Garcia just connecting his foot, with Romero getting there first, getting the vital touch in there as well. As Real Madrid still continue to chase this, trailing 1-0. Big games coming up against Manchester City in the Champions League in the coming weeks. Well, they will surely want to hope that they can keep ambitions alive of what would be a 37th title under their belt. That remarkable record. Barcelona, though, at the moment sitting pretty at the top. That 4-1 crushing defeat of Villarreal yesterday. As Rudiger sent a ball up towards the edge of the penalty area, but if Sanchez gets there first of all, charging in was Goulet to pick up on that looped ball played in towards the edge of the Getafe box. And it has gone out for a throw-in. Dani Carvajal to take this one, thrown back towards the halfway line towards Rudiger, in towards the centre circle. Hugen now. Bright yellow boots carrying that bright yellow ball slowly further in towards the Getafe half. Short pass on the deck, but a heavy touch from Goulet. Getafe back on the ball themselves, with Liso trying to get his first few touches, seen very little of the ball since coming on Adrian Liso. Madrid yet again on the ball, but another poor pass easily won back there by Vasquez. As Getafe switch a ball up the left-hand channel towards Satriano, the goal scorer, touching the ball away from Dani Carvajal, coming back to put some pressure on alongside Valverde. Satriano dispossessed, excellent tackle from Valverde, who's pulled back in the process of bursting further upfield, and there surely is going to be a yellow card coming out, and it is raised. Third yellow card of the evening, this one for Rico. So 3 yellow cards this evening, all going to the visiting team. Rico just pulling on the back of Valverde's shirt there as he looked to break away up the far touchline, pushing Rico in frustration there, Valverde, as the whistle was blown. As we are creeping further and further in this game towards the final conclusion, but Vinicius Junior, wonderful bursting run up the left-hand touchline towards the byline, in towards the box, dinked inside, but no conviction on the ball into the penalty area. As Getafe clear the ball away, first time for a throw-in taken quickly by Carreras. Thrown back towards Goulet, edging towards the left side of the box, switching to the right-hand side of the field towards Carvajal, 5 yards from the area. Ball into the box, dangerous ball swung inside, but just over the head of Gonzalo Garcia, rising highest. And not quite able to find a viable connection on the ball. It's been a strong second half from Real Madrid, as to be expected as well. You always expected Real Madrid to come flying out the blocks here in the second half. Even a draw for Real Madrid would feel like a missed opportunity for them this evening. Those injuries, of course, stacking up and will pay some form of price. But Getafe so far matching Madrid and more, given their lead here 1-0 at the Bernabeu. Long ball played up for Vinicius Junior to chase, left side of the box, keeping the ball aligned, shielded by Iglesias Sanchez. Trying the fancy step overs, haven't quite worked as well as they usually do this evening, but that's a wonderful turn from Vinicius Junior, deep in trouble, tackle from Iglesias Sanchez, and that one is going to go out for a corner. Vinicius Junior wants a little bit more from the fans behind the goal that they are attacking, pleading for encouragement, the Brazilian, as that is taken short towards Vinicius Junior. Jink back edge of the box, Tchouaméni struck first time, but his foot over the ball, not connecting well enough. Getafe clearing away first time, high into the air, but Carreras playing back up that left-hand touchline. Marshalled away though by Getafe players lying in wait. As Courtois again, still far out of his penalty area, almost acting as an anchor man now, with the Madrid players pushing themselves further upfield and chasing this equaliser. Rodrigo turning brilliantly away from Liso, and a strong tackle in. It's going to be I believe it's going to be a throw in this for Real Madrid. Rodrigo currently down off the field of play, still down as well, just holding his leg. He is coming back from an injury, Rodrigo, particular tendonitis as well. I don't know if he's felt a little bit of an emergence of something, but Rodrigo is back on the field now. That throw-in taken short. Carreras short towards Güler up this left-hand side. Güler, wonderful piece of skill from the Turkish international towards the byline, but a strong slide tackle down from Baselli, just getting there first. As Getafe try and clear the ball away, it's becoming a little bit more desperate from Getafe defensively, dropping players deeper. They played high upfield throughout most of the first half, which worked in their favour, but they're allowing Madrid chances to come onto them at the moment. But that's a poor pass given away as Liso tries to keep the ball alive. Mila, they're the guilty party, but Getafe do pick up on the ball themselves. Dinged up towards Vasquez off the centre circle. Still inside their own half. Ball launched up the left-hand touchline. Satriano and Carvajal in a foot race. Rico, though, getting there first. Bundled down to the ground by Dani Carvajal. And that one rolls out of play. What looks to be a goal kick. Carvajal, well, certainly it was a goal kick as he threw the ball frustratingly towards Courtois. And that one there taken quickly enough. That goal tick played short towards Vinicius Junior, looking to break away up the left-hand touchline. As Vinicius Junior felt that he was pulled down there, but the referee not seeing anything of it. As we are going to see a change for Getafe. It looks like Mario Martin, the man on loan from Real Madrid, is going to be coming on, looking to show his usual standard employer what he's made of and what he can do. As Getafe do win themselves a free kick just inside the Madrid half, and the first yellow card of the evening for Madrid is issued to the man recently on the field in Dean Hujan. Vasquez just down, feeling the full force of the tall, towering figure of the Spanish international. Just sliding in right down on the deck, behind on the ground through the Argentinian. And this will now surely allow this free kick, or the change, sorry, to be taken. Vinicius Junior, he felt that there was a potential trip off the field, but I think he caught with the fourth official. He's continuing to protest, but it is Mario Martin who's going to be replacing Vasquez. So Vasquez is coming off. His race is run this evening. He's put in a strong performance upfield this evening, isolated entirely. As Mario Martin comes on in his place. We are going to see yet another change for Real Madrid, and it's going to be Mastantuono coming on for Arda Güler. So Güler coming off for the exciting young Argentinian Francesco Mastantuono, scoring just one goal against Levante in the league. So Mastantuono on the bench the last couple of games. His last start was on the 1st of February. Hit a slight stunting stint recently in La Liga and in form in general since around October. As Getafe play that free kick in towards the Madrid penalty area. Rudiger, as to be expecting, rising highest of all and winning the ball well, but a good turn from Romero away from the pressure of the new man on the field, Mastantuono. Ball dinked into the Madrid box. Arambari taking a touchdown but not quite able to find Satriano, who's now pushed up into that upfield position. as Aaron Bari takes a touch, looking to break away from Tchouameni. Excellent composure from the number 8. Ball in towards the box, left-hand side, and just going down far too easily, breaking into the penalty area there was Liso. The referee quick to wave play away, as Mila just pulls back there and gives away a free kick to Real Madrid deep inside their own half. Dani Carvajal wrestling Liso to the ground there, who felt he should have got more, but the referee thinking nothing of it as Carreras turns on the halfway line, away from Arambari. Good play that from Carreras with the short pass towards Tchouameni, going down, but the referee allowing play to continue as Mastroianni is bundled to the deck himself. Tchouameni works well to get the ball, but far too heavy though in the eyes of the referee, and we are going to see a yellow card for Tchouameni for that foul on, I believe it might have been Martin. So it's going to be a free kick for Getafe midway inside their own half into the final 20 minutes of the game here at the Bernabeu. Real Madrid 0, Getafe 1. That goal on the 39th minute from Martin Satriano, now playing the lone striker. And the physicality is starting to creep in a little bit more for both of these teams. A few more tackles going in a little bit more aggressively than the referee feels they should. 5 yellow cards in total, and the Madrid fans are growing more and more frustrated as the minutes tick away towards the 90. The physio's now on just to check everything is okay for Getafe, as Rodrigo is receiving some instructions from Arbeloa. So far a frustrating evening, this one, for Real Madrid. And actually I've seen on the little monitor in front of me what Vinicius Junior was protesting. I actually think he's been tripped by Alvaro Arbeloa. It was a lovely touch away from Vinicius Junior to get the better of, I believe it was Iglesias Sanchez, but he caught his foot on this sort of Emirates advertising between the two dugouts and slipped underfoot, and in the process of that I think he's caught Alvaro Arbeloa, and he's protesting that someone forcibly tripped him up. I'm afraid to say, Vinicius Junior, it was your own manager. As Soria plays this free kick long up the right-hand side. Good header there from Carreras, though. That goes out for a Getafe throw-in just inside their own half on this near side. And as the minutes tick further towards what would be a truly historic victory for Getafe, Jose Bordalas shakes off the shackles of his seemingly cool persona. The Tchouameni wins the ball well. They're off of Liso inside of the Madrid half, played up towards Mastantuono up the right-hand side, turning away from surrounding blue shirts, but a good tackle in from Satriano, coming back to win the ball off of the Argentinian. As Rico now looks to send the ball long up the left-hand channel. Carvajal sticks out an experienced leg to stop that in its tracks. Ball threaded up towards Mastroianni up the left-hand side. Good slide tackle down though from Romero, getting there first, and it's going to be a throw-in for Madrid. Level with the edge of the 18-yard area on the left-hand side. That's thrown quickly, played back now towards Rudiger, inside towards Tchouameni. Carreras now switching out to the left-hand edge of the penalty area towards Vinicius Junior. Guiding in, turning away from the pressure of Iglesias Sanchez. That battle still continuing. Ball into the box, big tackle in, deflection out, and it is going to be a corner for Real Madrid up this left-hand side. It's been a fantastic battle between the two of them this evening up the left-hand channel, Vinicius Junior and Iglesias Sanchez. And the Getafe man so far coming out slightly more on top. I think they might be checking VAR for a handball here. Now, in my eyes, I couldn't see a handball. It did connect his arm, but his arm was low down, supporting his balancing body. And there, the referee's now allowing the corner to come in. And it is going to be Rodrigo taking this right-footed, swung in towards the goal on this left-hand side. Right-footed to the near post, headed away by Getafe, out as far as Carreras, 5 yards from the edge of the penalty area. Played out to the left-hand side of the box. Rodrigo, 1-2 back towards Carreras. Chipping a ball in towards the penalty area on the further side. Getafe get ahead in front and clear the ball away. It's going to go out for a corner again on the further side of the field. As Madrid's chances continue to mount up more and more, and currently Duarte is down in the penalty area, face down on the surface, being nudged into there by Rudiger. I've just seen on the replay in front of me. So Duarte now just needing to receive a little bit of treatment. And it is going to be a corner now taken, though, from Mastantuono up the left-hand side. Good ball into the box, and just wide the header there from Rudiger. Not quite able to guide the ball inside, and clattering with Soria as well, but the big German rising highest to get ahead on the ball, but couldn't quite find the guiding effort into the back of the Getafe net. Hujan as well, lingering at the back post. A good ball in from the corner from Mastantuono, as Rudiger headed the ball across the face of the goal almost. Hujan just coming in milliseconds too late. That certainly the best chance of the second half for Madrid to find themselves a leveller. The two centre-backs nearly combining from the corner. As we are now into the final 15 minutes of the game. Madrid still a goal down against Getafe, their neighbours of just 10 miles away from the southern region, the Getafe district of Madrid. And as it stands, they will be taking a precious 3 points back to the Colosseum this evening. In what would be a rare result, this one, if they were to pick up a win here in unfamiliar territory where victories are very difficult to come by for the Geta Azulones, and they win themselves a free kick 5 or 6 yards into the Madrid half up the left-hand channel. I'm not entirely sure why VAR had to look at that intervention for a handball. It was clearly never going to be given. It was a waste of time there, but Getafe now left-footed ball played in towards the penalty area, straight towards the towering figure of Courtois, who's letting Mario Martin know a thing or two. As Martin, well, he's not shy to let his teammates know at Real Madrid that he's still here to compete and play a competitive game of football despite being on loan from Real Madrid. Courtois less than impressed with Mario Martin, just leaving a little bit of physicality in on the big, tall, towering Belgian number 1. As Madrid now do have the ball with Hujan, recently booked and with a good chance, just missing. Glancing header, not quite able to connect. Dinked out to Vinicius Junior, 10 yards from the left side of the box. Good ball played back towards his fellow Brazilian in Rodrigo. Connecting together with Carreras up the left-hand side. Vinicius Junior touching away from Iglesias Sanchez, shepherded by the big 21. But a poor ball played in for Vinicius Junior, who he himself is becoming more and more frustrated as the game goes on. And with that, his pass is becoming a little bit sloppier. His attempts to drive beyond Iglesias Sanchez far more obvious and easy to read. And so far, Barcelona are certainly celebrating alongside Getafe this evening with this result as it stands. As we are around 12 minutes to go till the 90th minute is reached, then all eyes will turn to the fourth official to see how much time is going to be added. Getafe are ticking ever closer to a first victory here since 2008. What a result this would be in their boost for pushing themselves away from that bottom third and away from a potential relegation battle. 12 games to go after this in the La Liga season, 36 points to be won in total. Free kick for Real Madrid, 15 yards into the Getafe half. Liso pulling back on the shirt of Valverde and receiving a yellow card for his troubles, as that free kick is taken short towards Tchouameni, but the referee feeling a little bit too quickly at that. This referee's still got to scribble the name down in the book. Got to keep it official, got to keep it all above board. I wish they did that with me with my pen in my hand in the gantry, but c'est la vie. No waiting for the commentator to catch up with his left hand writing pen. As Valverde plays back into the centre circle with Hujan, creeping further towards the central area of the Getafe half, short towards the captain Carvajal, switching out wide towards Mastantuono, 5 yards from the box, ball into the penalty area, good ball to the back post, Rodrigo, back post and can't quite find a way, tucking it inside. Rodrigo's header glancing a couple of yards away from creeping behind the goal line. Mastantuono with another dangerous ball in towards the penalty area, Rodrigo onside as well, and his header just creeping wide, and Soria getting a vital hand on it as well, fingertips from the goalkeeper, with Dani Carvajal sliding in at the back post, but trapping the ball underneath his leg and out of play as Soria slips, clearing the ball away. Fortunately, there was enough power on the ball to get the ball away as Madrid's chances continue to creep up and up and up, but none of them so far finding the back of David Soria's net. Another good chance goes begging for Los Blancos this evening at the Bernabeu. As we are into the 80th minute of the game here. Hall hands firmly to the pump. Hugen sending far too heavy of a ball out wide towards Dani Carvajal. And that goes out for a Getafe throw in 15 yards inside their own half up the left-hand side. Getafe sitting in 11th place as things stand. Real Madrid will sit in 2nd place regardless of the result. But that 4-point gap before kick-off today, that currently remains as the scoreline stands, with it being 1-0 to Getafe. Delightful scenes surely for the red and blue striped side of Barcelona, the capital of the Catalan region. Champions last season, Real Madrid second fiddle last year. But this time last season they were in 2nd place with 54 points, so 6 points worse off Real Madrid this time last year than they are this year. And that has gone out for a Getafe throw-in inside their own half up the further channel. There is still one change able to be made for Real Madrid. Brahim Diaz is currently warming up very intensely down below, so might be seeing the Moroccan coming on this evening for the 5th and final change, as Carrera shields the ball out of play. And that one goes out for a Getafe throw-in, actually, with Carreras getting the last touch there under pressure from Mario Martin. So it is going to be a throw-in taken up the further side. 2 glorious chances in the last 10 minutes for Madrid to find the level that they are so desperately in search for. But Soria so far reading and matching everything. It's going to be a Getafe throw-in right in front of Jose Bordalas. And the Getafe dugout that's thrown back towards Duarte, further across towards Romero. Played into towards Madrid half. Poor pass that one though. Straight up towards the Madrid shirts, lying in wait. Tchouameni short towards Rudiger, played out towards the captain Carvajal, up towards the halfway line. Garcia with a touch away from surrounding players in Getafe blue. Rudiger, short pass to the left-hand side towards Hugen, switching out to the left-hand channel. Rodrigo keeping the ball alive, 1 touch towards Carreras. Carreras up to Rodrigo, back to the halfway line again, becoming a little bit more static, similar to the first half Real Madrid. But Getafe still dropping deep and allowing Madrid opportunity and time on the ball to push further into their own half as Hugen plays a short pass across. And that's a heavy touch though from Marin, as Carreras plays that throw-in quickly enough right in front of Arbeloa. Everything getting a little bit more pace, desperate now for Madrid, as they're looking to avoid back-to-back defeats against sides that they feel they should really have picked up maximum points from. Rudiger now, played out towards Carvajal, midway inside the Getafe half, short inside from the right-hand touchline towards Rodrigo, turning away from Arambari, edging closer to the right-hand side of the box. 1-2 with Mastantuono. Rodrigo into the penalty area, big foot in front from Arambari, deflecting out for a throw-in, right in the corner on the right-hand side. And it's going to be Mastantuono leaving Carvajal to take this throw-in. Carvajal thrown to Mastantuono, who looks to guide the ball towards the byline. Excellent run, but a heavy touch on from the Argentinian, and that one goes out for a goal kick. Mastantuono felt that last touch came off the Getafe man. As the concerned faces start to multiply more and more in the surrounding stands here at the Bernabeu. This Madrid derby. Getafe so far still finding themselves in front, as they have been since the 39th minute. Can they dare hold on for what would be a fantastic and unlikely victory? A place that they have faced 16 straight defeats at. What a remarkable turn of fortunes this would truly be for them. And Satriano receiving a yellow card for just delaying play a little bit too long in the eyes of the referees. It's 5 yellow cards for Getafe this evening, as Garcia tries to connect onto the long ball played forward, but Soria is going to get there first and pounce down on the ball, trying to slow this game right down. David Soria, Madrid youth player, born in Madrid, never once played for the senior team, and so far he has been one of the real thorns in the Blancos side, as he sends that goal kick long, headed on further, but not quite able to keep the ball in play. Real Madrid take that throw in quickly inside their own half. Jose Bordalas now moving a little bit more nervously, slightly more of a pace on him. Stoic and statue-like throughout the first half, but his nerves are starting to creep in. That poker face definitely simmered away now as Rudiger heads the ball out. Mastantuono and Carvajal can't come back to keep the ball alive, and we are going to see the final change for Madrid coming shortly. Brahim Diaz is stripped off and ready to go. So we are into now the final 5 minutes of the 90 here. Madrid 0, Getafe 1. Small pockets and filterings of fans making their way out towards the exits here at the Bernabeu. As Getafe throw that ball long up the touchline, but Rudiger shields that ball away. It's going to be a goal kick. Courtois putting it down quickly, short play towards Hujan. All hands to the pump, kitchen sink, and all the utilities surely have got to start flying the way of Getafe's goal from Madrid. As we await to see who Brahim Diaz is going to replace in the final 5 minutes here at the Bernabeu. Just the 2 changes made for Getafe. Kiko Firmino and Vasquez coming off for Martin and Liso. As Madrid's desperate search continues to ramp up ever more for an equaliser. Even a draw would be a fine result for Getafe. A draw would absolutely not be the ticket for the home team, as that ball has been played up the touchline that Iglesias Sanchez is going to shield out for a throw-in deep inside their own half up this near side. Always find it brave when a fullback does that. Tchouaméni, the man to make his way off on a yellow card already, unsurprising really, as Brahim Diaz will come on in his place, the Moroccan. So Brahim Diaz on. He looks to be the one. Can he be the one to find the moment to draw Madrid back level in the dying embers here at the Bernabeu? As Getafe win themselves yet another throw-in deep up this left-hand side inside their own half. Madrid players pushing themselves further up, trying to force errors from those blue shirts of Getafe. Thrown up the touchline, Satriano just dummying the ball further upfield. No one up there, but just allowing it to go. As Hujan plays a short pass, almost hospital way in mind, but Courtois, fortunately enough, still far out of his own penalty area to get there ahead of the run from Liso. As Carvajal now comes, played back inside towards the halfway line towards Rudiger, short in the centre circle to Valverde, carrying the ball out to the left-hand side. Carreras with a ball short towards Rodrigo, edging closer to the left side of the box. Ball dinked in towards the penalty area. Getafe trying to get heads there, anything to get there first. Diaz brought down edge of the box, play allowed to continue. Garcia with the flick on into the box. But David Soria gets there first, pouncing down on the ball as we are now 2.5 minutes away from the 90th minute being hit. When a lot of nervous eyes will turn from Getafe's perspective towards the fourth official to see how much longer they may have to hold on to this lead. Currently 1-0 up here, as Getafe have a chance themselves to build up. Carvajal putting the force and the pressure on Liso. Liso wrestling away, strong tackle down from behind and giving away a free kick in the process. Free kick for Getafe. This one around 10 yards outside of Real Madrid's penalty area on the left-hand side. Hujan just sliding in. He needs to be careful. He's on a yellow card already. The substitute coming on, just sliding through the back of Liso there, right in front of the eyes of the referee Alejandro Munez Ruiz. So a free kick in a position of some danger for Getafe. And a rare chance to have some time on the ball in the Madrid third. Plenty of time seen in the Getafe third in this half in particular. And what they would give for this free kick to be picture perfect and find the back of Courtois' net. Free kick coming in right-footed in towards the box, headed back across from Carvajal, headed away by Carreras, and that one though connecting last off of a very frustrated Iglesias Sanchez and going out for a goal kick. He felt that one came off of Carreras last. As the seconds tick away towards the final minute of the 90, Hujan on the ball on the halfway line, short inside towards Valverde. Turning on a dime, waiting for numbers, having to reflect and go inside towards Rudiger. Carvajal now, the captain, played out to the right-hand side of the field towards Brahim Diaz, short towards Mastantuono. Heavy touch, though, from the Argentinian, cheaply giving the ball away as Aaron Bari looks to carry the ball out of his own half. Shorts up the left-hand touchline towards Liso. Liso threading a ball up towards Satriano up the left-hand touchline. Rudiger wrestling, getting there ahead of the number 10. Brilliant from the big German to get Madrid back on the ball. As Getafe, the nerves, you can sense them creeping in the way that they compose themselves on the ball. Everything feeling so soon and certain and close but they're not quite there yet as Carreras threads a ball in towards the penalty area. Mastroianni with the shot, but Soraya diving down to deny, and it goes out for a corner as we are creeping ever closer, 15 seconds away from the 90th minute being hit. David Soria so far the difference maker in this game. If I was the one giving a man of the match, it has to go to the man between the sticks for Getafe this evening. As all eyes turn to the VAR, sorry, to the VAR, to the fourth official, but we are going to see a change for Getafe. Satriano is going to be making his way off here in the dying embers. Coming off for the defender, Abdel Akwar. So Getafe, Jose Bordelas, doing all that he can to ensure that a famous victory goes back the 10 miles towards the Getafe district in the south of Madrid. Mastroianni now with this corner, 5 minutes time to be added, left-footed swung into the goal, good delivery in, Soria with the punch, not quite cleared away though, Rodrigo with the touchdown, played back towards Carvajal, right side of the box, into the penalty area, Rudiger with the header down, Rodrigo with the header but can't quite get there, diving a couple of yards wide of his own goal just to see that one out there, David Soria. As the first minute of the 5 minimum have been played, the score here, Real Madrid 0, Getafe 1. That goal on the 39th minute from Martin Satriano, substituted off just moments ago in place of Adel Akbar, the Moroccan international. Another defender on the field trying to see this one home for what would be a famous 3 points for Geta Azulones. The deep blue ones are keeping Real Madrid in deep trouble in terms of the title race. Up the left-hand touchline, Rico wrestling away from Carvajal, keeping the ball alive just about towards the byline. Carvajal coming off of him first, and that one is going to go out for a corner with Rico hurling a heroic cry into the heavens, knowing how hard he had to work there. As we are creeping closer and closer still. Jose Bordelas trying to keep his players calm and composed, arms outstretched, continuously talking to those nearest to him on this right-hand touchline. It is going to be a corner though for Getafe, 2 minutes of the 5 gone. Mila to take this corner, right-footed, swung in towards the penalty area, and a goal here for Getafe would surely sign and seal the 3 points here. It's taken short though, the corner, and gone out for a throw-in for Getafe. Diaz getting the last touch on that ball. Rico the one to take this throw-in, just trying to slow this game right down to a grinding halt. Fans surrounding in the stands behind, frustrated, looking for the referee to try and speed things up a little bit here. Thrown all the way back into their own half as Romero plays the ball back towards Soria outside of his own penalty area, sending that ball long, deep into the Madrid half. Carreras rising highest, but a heavy header though as Martin gets there first with the touch. Straight through the back though, Carreras giving away a free kick for Getafe. And a yellow card in the referee Alejandro Munez Ruiz's hand. Carreras to receive a yellow card. The third yellow card of the evening for Real Madrid, and the 8th in total of the game. His tempers are continuing to boil over a little bit more. Carreras with that, he will miss the game against Celta Vigo on Friday evening. Just diving right in through the back of Mario Martin, the man on loan from Real Madrid. But it's going to be a free kick for Getafe. Vinicius Junior trying to pull up and receiving a yellow card himself. I'm not all that surprised as well. Vinicius Junior right in front of the referee. That's now the 9th yellow card of the game. Vinicius Junior so frustrated, in particular in the second half. He's constantly venting his frustrations to the stands, to the players surrounding him, whether they're in white or in blue. But this free kick, around 5 yards from the edge, right edge of the 18-yard area. Mila taking short towards Liso. 1-2 keeping it amongst themselves, look to be trying to keep the ball in the corner. Rodrigo with a heavy touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Getafe as we are now into the final minute of the 5 minimum added here at the end of the game at the Bernabeu. Real Madrid 0, Getafe 1. Getafe 1 minute away from a famous victory courtesy of a superb strike of the ball on the 39th minute from Martin Satriano. And it's thrown nearby. Liso trying to shield the ball away from Rodrigo. And Mastroianni, I think, might have seen red here. Well, there's a card in the referee's hand. I'm not entirely sure what we have seen. But there is a red card, and Mastantuono has been sent off in the final minute of the game. He's only been on the field a matter of minutes himself. And Mastantuono has received a straight red card at the end of this game. I'm not entirely sure what for. I think he's been saying something to the referee. Continual back chat. And the referee, well, I think Mastantuono there, the referee immediately turns red card straight up. Now, Mastantuono covered his face when declaring something to the referee. We are now into the 95th minute of the game. I'm not entirely sure what is going on here. But the referee now is taking the ball away from a throw-in. It looks like it's going to be a drop ball. And I think it's going to be a free kick for Getafe. And it is a free kick for Getafe. 3 yards from the right edge of the penalty area, and we are in the final minute of the game. And that surely, this free kick might be the last touch of the game, which means Getafe are now seconds away from a truly famous victory in Real Madrid's own back garden. Well, Mila is currently stood over this ball. It's a 4-man wall. This must be the last kick of the game. Real Madrid reduced to 10 men. Seconds ago, Mastantuono. And here comes the free kick. Short, thrown back. Courtois straight down the middle of Courtois' throat there as he's looking around to try and get rid of this ball quickly enough. Back-to-back defeats, staring them straight in the face now, Real Madrid. Courtois with a long ball, pumped into the Getafe half. Headed away by Mario Martin. Carreras heading back into the Getafe half. Touchdown now. Getafe sending the ball up the right-hand touchline. Just looking to see this one shut. Liso, has he got a chance? 1-on-1 in the penalty area. Turning away, composing himself. Madrid numbers coming back in white. There goes the referee's whistle. It is a famous victory for Getafe here at the end of this game. And there's been another red card. What is going on? I can't believe this. Liso has received a second yellow card for kicking the ball away from the referee. And he has received a second yellow and a straight red card. Everything is going loose here. The referee is losing a bit of control. Well, no, the referee's allowed play to continue for an offside.